Annie Coors,
Hanna Meyer,
Katelyn Olson.
Today we are talking about the Compromise of 1850. A compromise was greatly needed when California applied as a free state. The banning of slave trade was wanted in D.C., and Southerners requested a law that required people to catch runaway slaves.
The Compromise added California as a free state, banning slave trade in D.C., and passed a law that required citizens to help catch slaves.
Northerners were obviously not happy that they would have to help catch slaves or they would be punished.
Southerners weren't happy either because they had less say in politics. Dred Scott's court case.
Yes, we did. For everybody that doesn't know, Dred Scott is a black slave that is going to court to find out if he is a slave after his master died.
Yes, we have found out that he has lost the court case.
Yeah, the judge said that no slave is or will be an American citizen ever because they are property to their master or master's wife.
Yes, so he was saying that it's unconstitutional because in the Fifth Amendment it says your property is yours.
Yep. So they have a new law going through saying that slave masters can take their slaves anywhere in the U.S., and if their slave master dies, then the wife can keep the slaves.
Pretty crazy stuff.
The Missouri Compromise happened when both the North and the South wanted Missouri.
The issue became more complicated when Maine applied for statehood. Then both sides were livid with each other.
When Henry Clay worked out an agreement, it provided the admission of Missouri as a slave state and Maine as a free state. More separation, just great.
Slavery was banned in the rest of Louisiana Territory north of the 3630 North Parallel. This did not get rid of the slavery fully in the southern Missouri.
People living in border states would have to deal with abolitionists or border ruffians, each little thing causing more tension between the North and the South.
To move into Nebraska, however, they could not because it was not a territory yet, and they could not claim land.
Stephen A. Douglas proposed a bill that the people of the two states would choose if the states would become a slave state or a free state.
This upset the Northerners because it violated the rules of the Missouri Compromise, the 30-36 line parallel.
After the act was passed, anti-slavery and pro-slavery people would charge into Kansas and try to affect the voting of the first election. Because of that, it didn't count.
In addition to this, John Brown killed 5 pro-slavery activists.
In the 1860s, Abe Lincoln won all the northern states in the election.
Even though the South didn't enter him in their ballot.
Yes, then the South seceded because they didn't believe he would allow slavery to continue in the southern states.
He wasn't going to allow slavery to spread into new territory.
So it put stress on the North because there wasn't going to be any more southern people.
David Wilmot made up a bill called the Wilmot Proviso.
The bill would ban slavery where Mexico might take it.
This all happened after the Mexican War.
The proposal did not get passed, however, the U.S. gained California and New Mexico from Mexico.
There was no slavery in those areas. The South was mad at the North because the North had more free states than the slavery states. David Wilmot...
Wait, we're back. Wait.
David Wilmot made a bill called...